Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Smokey Dave Presents. On today's episode, we're going to be smoking some hard-boiled eggs, and then we're going to pickle them. They will be shelf-stable for years to come. I doubt, however, they'll ever last that long once you taste them. They're delicious on salads or just eating them straight out of the jar with a little salt and pepper. So, enjoy. Well, folks, we're going to start off by boiling up this 18-count large brown eggs that we got from the store. And we're going to put that into some standard filtered water. But we're only going to boil these eggs for 3 minutes. And then we're going to leave them in the pot for about 10 minutes or so in the hot water. And the reason we do this is so that the yolks don't turn that greenish color they sometimes do when they're overcooked. So we'll leave these here in the sink for about 10 minutes, and then we'll add cold water to get them back down to room temperature so that we can start peeling them by hand. Now, I'm not going to show you me peeling the eggs. You all know how to do that. The big thing is we're going to take these eggs and we're going to wrap them into some cheesecloth for the same reason we do it with soft cheeses and such, so that we can keep that really bitter creosote from the outside of the eggs. And what we're going to do is this, just some cheesecloth I got from the store, and we're going to wrap them up in a tube and then give them a little twist between each one and then tie them off. And then once we do that, we'll put them in the smoker. Of course, we're going to brine them first like we always do, and then we're going to put them back into the brine after we're done smoking. Here I am taking them out of the smoker now. They've been in there for about an hour and a half. And you can go to 2 hours or so. It depends on how much smoke you like on your eggs. Hour and a half was good. I think I'd probably go a little bit longer next time. Still working through some of that. But we take the eggs, we bring them back in, and we get them out of the cheesecloth and get them ready to be put into mason jars. And then we'll create our brine. So that's next. Here we got our ingredients all set out for our pickling brine. And this is what we're going to pickle the eggs in our standard 1 pint, 16 ounce, 400 milliliter mason jars. And we're going to use a 1-to-1 mix of water to vinegar. So we're going to use a cup of white vinegar, a cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 cups of water, half a cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of salt, a tablespoon of chopped garlic, a teaspoon of dill seed or dill weed. You can use either or both. I usually put some black peppercorns in, and I threw a hot pepper into each of the jars. And you can season these however you like. Here's the ingredient list I used, and of course you can modify this any way you want. One thing you might want to do is use just white vinegar and then put decorative like dill sprigs and things like that in the jars if you want to display them. Just remember you don't want these to be in any kind of sunlight. We typically keep them in a dark, cool place. The eggs are now ready to be put into the canning jars. So we'll cut them out of the cheesecloth now, and we can put about 5 or 6 per pint. The important thing, of course, is that our brine is boiling, and we need to make sure that it's boiling when it goes into those jars. This will pickle the eggs, and of course will kill any other bacteria that might be in there. But most importantly, we'll bring the vacuum on and pull the lid down. And you want to make sure those lids are all down. And then at that point, these are shelf stable. As long as you keep them in a cool, dry place, they'll last for years. I doubt they'll last that long because they are so delicious. Now, you might notice that my brine has got that yellowish color from the apple cider vinegar. Now, you can do it with all white vinegar. Maybe put a decorative dill weed or something like that in and make it look pretty. But at this point, they are pretty much done. Let them cool down, put them in the refrigerator, and they are delicious. Well, ladies and gentlemen, That's it for this video. Thank you for watching Smokey Dave Presents, and I hope you enjoy your smoked pickled eggs. Now, this is a treat that was once popular 100, 150 years ago, but not as much today. But I think if you try it, you may decide that it's something you really like to have. It's great for if you're into canning, if you like shelf-stable foods, certainly if you're into off-grid living or, survivalist, that kind of thing. Or if you just like making your own food and having it around. It's certainly a skill that I think everyone should have because everyone needs to eat. And in this day and age, food security. So keep that in mind. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification button. And if you leave a comment, I'll be sure to answer it. Thank you once again for joining me on Smokey Dave Presents.